Hi there, JC De Guzman here once again, presenting to you our daily top 5 gainers and top 5 losers analysis video for May 30, 2019. This video is in preparation for the next trading day in the 31st of May 2019. Being the last trading day of the month, expect some window dressing moves from some, let's say, huge brokers or institutional investors or brokers. And what's window dressing? Window dressing is the habit of some mutual fund managers to sell some losing stocks and replacing them with performing ones, with the performing stocks, so that their portfolio, the one that they're handling, will look quote unquote handsome for their clients. You can actually Google the phrase window dressing to get more idea about what this activity really is. So now for the first 10 stocks we have, we're going to talk about MEG, FGEN, FEN, BSC, PLC, SCC, CHP, VUL, Pure Gold, and IMI. So let me just remind everyone that everything that I'll be speaking about in this video is geared towards short-term trading, not about long-term investing. That has to be very clear. Okay? Let's start with the first stock in the list. We have Megaworld. Megaworld closed today at 5.92. It broke above its resistance at 5.86. Therefore, we have to identify the psychological resistance of Megaworld now. The psychological resistance is pegged at 6.33. It's in confluence with the 61.8% up Fibonacci extension right here. Okay, 6.33. So the acting support is now at 5.86. Nonetheless, should Megaworld decide to retreat a bit and go below 5.86, that will make 5.61 as the standing support level. And however, I would say that it's not likely for Megaworld to uh, to register a red candlestick given the strong, towering, high bullish volume that it registered today. Besides, foreign investors bought about no, they did not buy, but they registered a net foreign buying worth 128 million pesos today. MACD is still bullish. The last candlestick is still moving above the 10 SMA. Therefore, the conditions of my 10 SMA and MACD combo are still present. Back on the DMI histogram, I can see here that the bulls have taken over. Nonetheless, the upward momentum is yet to enter the strong category level. Okay, so it means to say we might see a strong upward momentum happening here maybe once the price crosses 6.15 or 6.2. And anyhow, the bulls are already in control. It's just that the upward momentum is not yet on the quote unquote very strong category or level yet. RSI is still quite distant from its classical overbought levels. There's still more room for Megaworld uh, to test its psychological resistance at 6.33. Let me just show you the trade and volume distribution chart of Megaworld so you will have an idea for where the dominant range is. The dominant range is between 5.70, let's say 5.85 to 5.92. It's in favor of the buyers. So I am bullish on Megaworld. If you have had Megaworld, you can top up. And if you would like to enter a new position, you can also do a test buy within the dominant range that I've just mentioned, not at any price. Okay, next we have FGEN. FGEN closed today at 22.95. Just like Megaworld, it also broke above its previous resistance level at 22.48, therefore making that price point its current support level. Now for the resistance, let's see here. Let's see where the resistance is. It's at 26 pesos or 26.10. That's the historical. It's a historical resistance level routing that's rooted uh, from the resistance that was registered way back 2016 or maybe up until 2015 2015 to 2016. Those are that's the resistance level that was also registered during those years. So 26.10 or 26 pesos per share, that's the historical resistance level of FGEN. Okay, so by the way, FGEN is also moving above the 10 SMA and MACD is also moving above the signal line. My 10 SMA MACD combo is also true, and I think all 4 points are also present on FGEN. I'd like to emphasize that foreign investors bought or registered a net foreign buying worth 84 million pesos today. The positive DMI is above the negative DMI, therefore the bulls are in control, but the upward momentum is not yet in a very strong category or level yet. We might see the upward momentum entering the very strong category maybe once the price crosses 24 pesos per share. Okay, let's take a look at the trade and volume distribution chart of FGEN. The dominant range is between 22.7 to 22.95. That's in favor of the buyers. Okay, so I am bullish on FGEN. I am bullish on FGEN, and if you would like to do a test buy or if you like to top up, you can do so within the dominant range that I've shown you, that I've mentioned a few seconds ago. Okay, now let's take a look at the next stock in the list. We have FEN. Okay, so FEN closed today at 2.35, and the acting support is at 2.16. For the resistance, let's take a look at, let's find out where the resistance is. It's at 2.5. Okay, 2.5 is the resistance level of FEN. It's also a historical resistance, not a psychological one yet. So that's it. Now, should the FEN break below 2.16, that will make 1.95 again as its support level. But for now, there's I see a very thin chance of revisiting 1.95 at least within this week. Okay, the price is also moving above the 10 SMA, and MACD is also it's also moving above the signal line for quite a long time already. And unlike the previous stocks that I've discussed, I can see on the DMI histogram that the bulls are not just in control, but the upward momentum is also, it has already been in a very strong level. Okay, so FEN is more, I would say that the bullishness of FEN is heavier, higher, more significant than the previous two stocks that I've discussed with you. Okay, now let's take a look at the trade and volume distribution chart of FEN. Obviously, it's in favor of the buyers. The dominant range is between 2.27 all the way to 2.35. So if you would like to top up or if you would like to do a test buy, do it within that range that I mentioned. Alright, so moving on to the next stock in the list, we have BSC. BSC closed today at 0.295. It also broke above its previous resistance level at 0.289. And how about the resistance level? The resistance level now is in confluence with the 61.8% up Fibonacci extension, which is pegged at 0.33. It's at 0.33, which is almost close to its 61.8% Fibonacci extension. I have plotted the Fibonacci just to find out, just to check if it's indeed, if this historical resistance is also in confluence with the 61.8% Fibonacci extension, and apparently it's close to that level. MACD is also bullish, bullishly moving above the signal line, and the upward momentum is also in a very strong category already. Let's take a look at BSC's trade and volume distribution. It's in favor of the buyers as well, although it looks like it's positioned in the middle. The dominant range is between 0.295 to 0.3. Let me just check the RSI. Okay, friendly reminder for those of you who are interested with BSC, the RSI of this stock is also almost uh, it's almost close to its classical overbought level. So it's all the more that you should be cautious. You should be careful in trading BSC, even though I have a bullish sentiment on this stock. All right. So if you have had BSE, consider locking in some profits near zero point 0.3. If you don't have BSC yet, be very careful in doing a test buy. Okay, be very careful in doing a test buy on BSC. I am not that confident to enter a new position on BSC. That's my personal disclosure. So next we have PLC. Okay, PLC closed today at 0.77. Support is at 0.74. Resistance is at 0.87. It's also moving above the signal line and MACD is, no, it's moving above the 10 SMA. Above the 10 SMA and MACD is moving above the signal line. The RSI still has some room to wiggle towards the classical overbought level. The positive DMI has just crossed above the negative DMIs, signaling the bull's takeover of the situation. However, the upward momentum is downward sloping, so we might see the ADX pointing to the northward direction once the price closes above 0.80. Okay, now let's take a look at PLC's trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range is between 0.75 to 0.77. I would say that this is in favor of the buyers. So I am bullish on PLC. You can top up and enter a new position within the dominant range that I've mentioned. By the way, for all of you who are just entering a new position, before you decide to enter a new position, make sure that you calculate your reward to risk ratio. What is a reward to risk ratio? How to calculate it? Those two questions were already answered in our quick start guide. Please read again our quick start guide. Okay, next stock in the list we have SCC. SCC closed today at 21.3. Support is at 19.9. Resistance is at 21.5. Okay, so it's already moving below the 10 SMA and MACD is moving below the signal line. The conditions of my 10 SMA and MACD combo have been invalidated already. The bears are in control even though the downward momentum is not yet in a very strong level yet. Let me just show you SCC's trade and volume distribution chart. Clearly, it's in favor of the sellers. The dominant range is between 21.3 to 21.8. So, you should respect your trailing stop loss, and if you don't have SCC, maintain that stance. Be on the sidelines for now. Be on a wait and see mode. Entertain the idea of doing a test buy once the conditions of our 10 SMA and MACD combo have been fulfilled. If you would like to preempt, let's say you can't wait for the 10 SMA and MACD combo to become true. If you can't wait for the 4 points that we always monitor to become present. Once they become present, that's the time that you should do a test buy. Until then, do nothing but wait on SCC. Don't enter a new position yet. Alright, next we have CHP. CHP closed today at 2.5. Support is at 2.33. Resistance is at 2.88. It's already moving below the 10 SMA. MACD has already been moving below the signal line for a few days already. I'm seeing a bearish formation, of a bearish convergence between the positive and the negative DMI in favor of the sellers. Okay, in favor of the sellers. So, all other indicators are downward sloping. You know what that means already. It's bearish. So for CHP, the dominant range is between 2.5 to 2.58. Clearly, it's in favor of the sellers. So respect your trailing stop loss if you have CHP. And if you don't have it, but are planning to enter a new position, I suggest that you wait for a pullback close to 2.3. or whenever the 4 points that we're monitoring become present. I am bearish on CHP. Okay. Next we have VUL. VUL closed today at 1.24 and support is at 1.03. We can say it's 1 peso flat, and the resistance is at 1.3. It broke below its resistance, previous support today, making the previous support its current resistance, which is 1.30. Alright, it's still moving above the 10 SMA, and MACD is still moving above the signal line, but this is a relatively huge blow on the bullishness of VUL since it retreated. uh, it went back to its previous support level. Now let's take a look at the trade and volume distribution chart. So the sentiment today based on the trade and volume distribution chart is also bearish. The dominant range is closer to the intraday low than the intraday high, and the dominant range is between 1.22 to 1.3. Do you have VUL? If you do, follow your trailing stop loss so you don't risk more than the percentage of risk that you can only stomach or you can only handle. If you don't have VUL, continue monitoring for now. Continue monitoring for now. Yes, the 10 SMA and MACD combo is true, but the 4 points that we're monitoring are all absent. They are all absent. Therefore, I am not extremely bullish on VUL on a medium term scale. Okay? So wait and see, monitor. Pure Gold. Pure Gold closed today at 43.4. Support is at 43. Resistance is at 46.5. MACD has already registered a death cross below the signal line. It's also moving below the 10 SMA. The bears have taken over even though the downward momentum is not yet in a very strong level yet. But all other indicators, especially RSI, is also downward sloping already. Foreign investors registered a net foreign selling amount of 6.3 million pesos today. Let's take a look at Pure Gold's trade and volume distribution chart. It closed at 43.4. Hold on. 43.4. The dominant range is between 43.4 to 45.25. It closed. Reminder: Pure Gold closed today at its intraday low. Okay. If you have Pure Gold for short-term trading, respect your trailing stop loss. If you are just planning to enter a new position, now is not the right time. Okay, now is not the right time. Wait for the appearance of the 4 points that we're monitoring at least. If you can't wait for the conditions of our 10 SMA and MACD combo to become perfectly present. Alright, next, in the last but not the least, we have IMI. IMI closed today at 10.2. Support is at 10 peso per share. Resistance is at 11.70. Or we can say, we can adjust this one. Resistance is at 11 pesos per share. Okay. Foreign investors, by the way, registered a net foreign buying worth 11 million pesos today. Nonetheless, IMI is already moving below the 10 SMA, but MACD is still above the signal line. I still don't see a formation of a bearish convergence between MACD and the signal line. There's still a tiny little bit of hope. However, on the DMI histogram, it shows here that the bears have already taken over and the downward momentum is already, well, it's already inside the very strong category. Wow. Well, let's take a look at IMI's trade and volume distribution chart. The dominant range is between 10.1 to 10.3. It's clearly in favor of the sellers. Okay? 10.1 to 10.3. If you have IMI, it would have been better if you already locked in your profits a few weeks ago before it well, actually, by now, take a look at this. You should have already locked in your profits even before the 10 SMA, broke below the signal line last April 29. Mean to say, the ideal trailing stop loss should be above 12.4. So I should not be giving any piece of advice for those who may still have IMI. Because if you still have IMI, that only means one thing. You are reading and listening to my advice of setting up a trailing stop loss, but you're not doing it in real life. Okay? So there you go. My advice for those who don't have IMI but are planning to have it, no, don't buy it just yet. No buy signals yet. No strong buy signals yet. Alright, so you have heard my technical analysis, overall sentiment, and recommendations for these 10 stocks today. If you have some follow-up questions, please ask in our private clients forum. And if you'd like to know my actual strategy from start to finish, I would encourage you to attend my evergreen strategy in trading the Philippine stock market. It's intermediate to advanced seminar. You can appreciate your subscription to Equilist Analytics once you've attended that seminar. It's a live seminar. It's a 4 hour of intense discussion and everything that we're going to discuss, majority of which is not found on Google. So you can click on seminars for the schedules in Angeles City, Baguio, Cavite, Iloilo, Davao, Cebu, etc. Here on the seminars section on our website. Alright, and by the way, lastly, we have a payday promo. If you would like to extend your membership for 6 months, you will get additional 1 month free. If you would extend your membership for 12 months or 1 year, you will get 3 months bonus extension for on your account. And this promo is valid. It has started last midnight, 12:01, and it will end at 11:59 p.m. Manila time tonight, May 31st. Alright? So for further questions, feel free to email or ask in our private clients forum. Again, my name is JC De Guzman. Have a great day.